Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the study. Going to be doing a video about Uber technologies. Want to take a quick note and say none of this is a recommendation to buy or sell any securities. I also want to give a quick shout out to those of you who are following and who have liked my videos. I really appreciate it. And let's jump into this. Decided to tackle Uber because of the recent news that we heard about Softbank selling a third of their shares to cover the DiDi IPO losses there. DiDi is the China rideshare company, equivalent of Uber, but in China. Softbank is actually one of DiDi's largest investors, and this then caused the stock price in Uber to drop, which already has dropped significantly due to Uber having investments in DiDi and the China crackdown that has been happening over the last couple weeks in the market, which has created a pressure overall on the market. And you're just seeing these crackdowns continue in various sectors in the China market. So just to give perspective here, SoftBank has lost about $4 billion on its DiDi position in total. The stock has dropped about 37-40% from its IPO. So you can imagine the losses there. So before going any further, we first need to understand what does Uber do, what the company is, who they are. And in short summary is they develop and operate technology applications. They support a variety of offerings through their platform, and the main focus is mobility, delivery, freight, and advanced technology groups. So the mobility pretty much refers to the users or customers who are purchasing to go from point A to point B through rides and different vehicles. And then the delivery component focuses more on the food and delivery service or pickup feature to connect local restaurants and businesses, grocery stores, all of that. And then freight connects carriers with shippers on its platform. This pretty much gives the ability to help with shipments and those businesses. And then lastly, the technologies group is going to help with the commercialization of autonomous vehicle, ride-sharing technologies, all that good stuff for the future. So just to give you an idea, some of these numbers that you have noticed from the investor relations page that I have pulled up here on Uber, these numbers are as of 2020. They have reported $58 billion in 2020 gross bookings across all platforms. They complete about 16 million trips a day. And they have about 93 million monthly active platform users, nearly 10,000 cities that it's available in, 71 countries where Uber can be found. And this is pretty amazing when we look at these numbers because the idea here is that when I look at it as Uber as a long-term investment, there's so many exciting goals that they have in place using this scale, using this growth to become a fully electric zero-emission platform by 2040. This has been stated by the CEO, and they are working towards that self-driving technology. Without making this such a long video, the point here is that we can definitely see the growth potential for Uber due to its organic growth, where you go out somewhere and you hear somebody talking about Uber or saying, hey, I'll get the Uber so we can go to that event or that party tonight, or that meeting, that restaurant. There is value there for consumers to match up with a driver. So there's an obvious scalable factor here at play as we're seeing this play out, and more places, more regions, areas are adopting this technology. So the company hasn't always been positive in the profitability, but if they can stick to these strong points, further build upon them, then the bets this company made in the beginning will pay off. So that's kind of why I like this company. That's because they are pretty much doubling down on their bets with their investments and the purchases that they are making toward the advancement of their business, saying that this result is going to be massive shareholder appreciation and growth in the long run. And if shareholders stick with them, that it will pay off. So if the stock price goes down like we've been seeing lately due to the recent news and movement in the market, I'm a very happy buyer and would love to pick up up some more. And we have the website pulled up here. There's a lot of information here. And you can get so much, like it's right here. The ESG report that they have published gives you information, a letter from the CEO here, and here you can see a breakdown of the business that I was just talking about, the structure of Uber, what they have been able to do and what they are continuing to do. The idea that you have exposure to travel and possibly a reopening trade if you're trying to get into that arena is available here with mobility being a large bulk of their business. You can also see the delivery being a very large portion as well. I like the idea that I have exposure to food, restaurant services through investing through Uber. So I have a little bit of that travel, transportation, and now I have that delivery, that food service exposure as well, all in one stock. I think that's very cool. Another thing that I do like about the delivery is that they've been making acquisitions. Now they have even flower companies on there. They have Postmates. So Postmates is a very popular app that you can order food for pickup, delivery, and that's a big boost right there to the Uber business as well. When we look at Fintel, you guys know I love to use Fintel to get an idea of how Uber looks like here. And I like that I have Morgan Stanley also here with me with a 6.2% ownership in the company. You can also see that there have been some mixed reactions with hedge funds and different investing groups where we've seen positions being closed, trimmed down, positions being opened up. So this is a heated debate about this stock, whether it's going to keep going up, whether it's going to keep going down. I'm giving you guys the bullish side of the argument here and why I like it, why I've been holding it for a year. Some of my trade study followers have been asking me about this and why I keep on adding to my position pieces over time, small pieces, and building it up into a core position. Because I love the exposure that they have overall, and I love the growth story here. And I always ask myself this question: is this a company that's going to be around for 10 years or so? And I definitely see that Uber is going to continue to still be around as one of the leading technology companies in this space. And then when we look at the most recent 10K, I like that we have, here we go, up here. There's a lot of good information in here, but you could see that the company has been able to collect and increase their revenue steady over time. This is good. They've also been able to, again, like I said earlier in the video, further double down on spending and trying to make sure that they maximize their growth potential. And the company does have an issue of making money, which has been brought up for years. It's expected that the company will go positive sometime soon, and that's kind of the goal that I see here, going from 2020 to 2030. I do think by 2030, I'm not talking about 2022, 2023, I'm talking long-term investment here. I'm talking 2030. I'm talking that this thing is going to be well established and it's still going to be around. That's the idea of investing into these big and unique names, that you're going to have exposure to that company, and that company is going to be worth so much and have that shareholder appreciation value. And then you can look back and say, wow, I'm glad I invested in this company in 2020, 2021 or so. So it's very exciting that we are seeing that growth. Of course, there's been hiccups with coronavirus into that play, and that's going to kind of disrupt the flow of things here and present challenges for the company. But the company has done really well taking advantage of that and having the delivery side take kind of the lead here from the mobility side, which was overall performing well early on. And then if we, so we looked at these numbers here. I like that their current ratio, when you look at their current assets and their total liabilities, they are above 1. So that's good news. I always like to see that the company has that on board to make sure they can handle any emergency issues of debt or so. And overall, it's just a very interesting setup that we have here, especially when we look at the stock chart for Uber. This is a yearly daily chart, and you can see it has been kind of now hovering around that IPO price. We saw that it even dropped out of this trading range back to the pandemic, and we had the lows, and it went all the way down to 13. I love the stock at 30. That's where I started my initial position. At 30s, and then I have just been slowly accumulating shares over time, even around this range. And then we had the big gap up from their earnings in November 2020, and now we even saw this thing go up. If you bought it at $30 a share, it was practically 100% return right there on your investment. That's a very good deal. Now it's coming back down, and looks like it's going to be entering this range again. We do have earnings that are coming out soon, and that will definitely have an influence or impact on the stock price. So the plan here is that I'm just going to accumulate, hold here. There's obviously risk and competitors in the space with autonomous vehicles, such as Tesla trying to get into that space, such as Google. There's also competition from Lyft and others in the business stream. So we need to make sure that we keep an eye on that. But overall, this is one that has that organic growth that I really like. It's an app that's on everybody's phone practically. There's the accessibility of ease to be able to access such a service, which overall just translates into even more revenue and just easy scalable growth here. So I love the story. I love the vision. If you guys found this video helpful, throw me a like. You can subscribe. I'm posting new videos about every week now, and we'll love to have any more discussions. And if you have any questions, throw me an email, david@thetradestudy.com, and subscribe for more. You can visit me at my website at www.tradestudy.com. Thank you guys, and have a good one. I will see you in the next one.